Hi, it's Megan. So I have been going back and forth between kind of summery tropical scents and incense-based scents. And so this review is for the Comme de Garcons Incense Avignon. And this brand, this line of this brand, because the brand was there before, 4 of these are now on the Nordstrom website. So while they used to be a little harder to get, now they're at Nordstrom. And this is not cheap. It is $95 for 0.17 ounce. And so all of the 4 are incense based and they're geographically based. So you're basically, theoretically, marketing wise, picking up a different version of incense. So this one says, Avignon Eau de Toilette takes you on a spiritual journey to the historical center of the south of France. Fragrance captures the essence of Avignon with its old smoky churches and their well-worn pews. It has an oriental scent opening with Roman chamomile, citrus labdanum, and alemi. So the first thing I did is think, okay, I have no idea what citrus labdanum is or what it means. So I went and looked that up. And so the odor for that is deep, powerful, leathery, and ambery note derived from rock rose and one of the default ingredients in certain types of fragrances, including oriental. So now we're seeing where this is going, right? So then I said, what else? So it's a resin, it's a rich brown resin, and it's been used since ancient times, as a lot of these resins have. I don't know, from shrubs and rheumatism, colds. You don't really want to know all of that, but anyway, they use it in the perfume industry, and so that's what that is. Then alemi, which I did not know, it says that it has a spicy incense smell, sometimes a fresh balsamic or even lemony undertone, and it again is a resin from the alemony tree, and this one was used for wrinkles and sagging skin. It's also in the frankincense and myrrh family, but it has a softer feel. So I actually really love frankincense. Myrrh can sometimes be a little much for me. So again, interesting. We're getting some interesting stuff here. So what do I think? Well, first of all, I should have said the top notes. Roman chamomile, citrus labdanum, I'm sorry, alemi, and then the middle is incense. That's what got me. The base is vanilla, patchouli, cedar wood, palisander, and ambrette seeds. Okay, so what do I get when I spray this? First of all, I get a burst of incense and patchouli, cedar, and vanilla. So this is actually gonna meld into kind of a whole experience here. But first, I'm gonna show you this, then I'm gonna give you a little background, then I'll go into how it wears. So this is what it looks like. It's a sleek little black bottle. And I don't have the others in this series, so I don't know how they wear. I hate when I do that with my hair on this, and then it's going to be all over the place. So the chamomile softens it a little bit. The citrus, when I first spray it, I'm not really getting it. And the balsamic, not really getting it. What I do get just really is that like burst, and to me the chamomile itself, to me that's kind of a soft flower, a little bit powdery scent. I'm a huge fan of chamomile tea, so I smell chamomile often, but I think it's one of those that's a little bit harder to describe in a fragrance just because it is so soft and subtle. It is like citrus when you're throwing it into, in my opinion, into an incense fragrance, is that, and that it's keeping it from getting a little bit too harsh. Because there's that whole, and vanilla does the same, there's that whole balance of when you're doing the orientals. First of all, I don't know, I grew up in the age of YSL Opium coming out and everything, which is a beautiful fragrance, but a lot of the orientals I think of tend to be a little strong. And so let's cut to the chase on this one. This incense tends to be a little bit more muted, a little bit softer than some of the other ones I've smelled. So if you like the genre, but you don't want to go like full out into one of those over the top, wow, knock you over kind of incense fragrances, this is probably a really great start. So anyway, it softens very quickly. So when I first spray it, the incense is the way it smells in the box, if that makes sense. It doesn't have a smokiness. I'm getting kind of that fresh wood, a little bit of floral, a little bit of vanilla, you know, softened, but it's cool. It's raw. It's not cooked. But as I wear this, maybe it's my body chemistry, I don't know. It really starts to smolder. Again, this is not one of those over-the-top, harsh. This is a muted incense fragrance, but I get a burning feel to it, and various elements do make it smell like a church. So cut to the chase on my background here. One of my grandmothers was Catholic, so I have that whole Catholic thing, which, I don't know, I wonder if that church incense, the pews and all that, I wonder if once you're Catholic or half Catholic, like there's a certain kind of, I don't know, weird thing that you get obsessed with stuff like that, and crucifixes and all that. It just seems to be part of the religion as I knew it with my grandmother, with the Pope on the wall and the cross and the this and the that. But I definitely get some of that comfort of that childhood stuff with my grandmother. And then my other grandmother was in Wales, and small village, and if you watch things like Downton Abbey where they have these little churches made of stone with a little graveyard that have been around for hundreds of years, that's the kind of church that she would take me to. So there you definitely had, you know, the smells of the fields and the flowers and the wood, and so this to me is like one of those, oh wow, kind of scents, which just gets you on an emotional, crazy, probably dysfunctional level, I guess. So there are elements that make it smell like the church, which I just described. The wood, the pews, the incense, the flowers from the chamomile, but the soft flowers, right? They don't always have to be blooming. They can sometimes be just a little bit green too, with the rain, which you get in Wales all the time. And the oriental feel, okay, I didn't get any of that when I first sprayed it, but now I've been wearing it for a while. It really warms into that. Like I said, it gets warmer and warmer on me, and the incense starts to burn, and that's where I start to get some of the resin and the smokiness. I still don't get balsamic or lemon, but I do get leather and ambery notes as it starts to wear. And I do get not the opium oriental thing. Oh God, I wrote so much. What did I write here? Then I said, okay, the incense continues to simmer because I wore this for a few hours. It is not a super long wear fragrance. 6 to 8 hours, and barely, it's starting to fade near the end, really. The incense gets a little bit stronger, simmers a little bit more, and then I get kind of the vanilla also coming out a little bit. And the cedar definitely also, as the incense burns more and more, the cedar becomes a lot more, it's not fresh cedar. It's that dry, musty cedar in a good way. This is not a musty fragrance either. So what I said it's a soft, sexy kind of a smell. Maybe you need to be Catholic to feel that way. I don't know. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on that. But it's not one of those over the top, you know, in your face kind of incense fragrances. It really does take me to kind of a soft country church. And, you know, it's not just marketing. Maybe it's such good marketing that I fell for the storyline so well. I just, every time I smell it, see a church. But yeah, I smell the fields, the flowers, the pews, the incense burning, all of it. So that's all I have to say about it. It's a very, very beautiful scent, I think. Soft, unisex, yeah, maybe actually, because you don't get a lot of those really feminine floral things going on. And I love the fact that they didn't try to soften this with like rose or a white flower or whatever else. It just keeps it, I don't know, just, what's the word? Ethereal. That's the word. That's all I have to say, and I will be doing more fragrance reviews. I'm finally starting to get my act together and get things moving forward, so I'm really proud of myself for that. And please subscribe on YouTube because it does help me a lot. And I will get to some of the requests that I've had. I've just been, like I said, only now getting things back kind of moving forward. Thanks for watching.